Hey friends, this is called Only the Mountains Do Not Move by Jan Reynolds. It's all about the Maasai people and how they live. So, this is Nunkuta and her baby Ramati. They're part of the Maasai and they live in Kenya. The Maasai is also in Tanzania, so they're all over the place. We talked about their huts. We built our own for art class last week. The huts are called Nkaji, and they're made from wood and branches and mud. And they sometimes, to make them extra strong, even use manure, which is cow poop. But it makes the roof strong so that they can stay cooler. So over here, you can see the women do the cooking, and they're taking care of making some food. And then at night, they all sleep in their huts, tucked into their beds with their nets to keep the bugs out. So a group of Nkajis, a group of huts, their village is called an Nkang. And then inside the Nkang is a cow pen, which is where they keep their cows and their goats and all their livestock, because livestock is very, very important. Um, they use their cows and their goats for food, for milk, for clothes, blankets, furniture, for everything that they need. They rely on their animals. So in the morning, they get up and they start doing their chores. The women go out to milk the cows and goats. The milk is used to be drunk, or they make it into a yogurt. And when the milking's done, they push them out to graze in the bush so that they can get their food. Because the animals are out grazing freely, they brand them so that they know which ones are theirs for sure, so that they don't get mixed in with other tribes. So while they're out grazing, they're out in the open, they're outside their fence, right? So they have to be careful. The men go out and watch over the animals to make sure that nothing hurts any of them, any lions or cheetahs or leopards or anything. So the women do work too, and they're out getting water after they're done milking, and they have to bring the water back to the village in gourds. The kids have chores too. Don't worry. So the girls have to collect wood for the fires and take care of the little animals, the baby animals. And the boys are part of a group called the Moran, which means warrior, and they take care of each other and do chores within the village. And they'll stay together the rest of their lives as a group. So when they grow up and they're grown men, they're the elders of the village then. So after all the chores are done, they get to have some fun and relax and play around a little bit. So the men like to play a game called Bow with seeds. Looks pretty cool. And the kids play a game sort of like jacks, if you've ever played with jacks. And they toss the stones up in the air and they try to grab more stones while the first stone is in the air. They also do some art and crafts. They weave and make bracelets and necklaces for decoration. So they get their chores done and then they have a nice, relaxing afternoon. They have a very close relationship with the environment. So, while there's wild animals out running around outside their village, they don't hunt those wild animals. So they don't use the zebras or the lions or anything for food. They only, hurt them if they try to hurt the animals, the cows. So they use lots of plants in their daily life. Sometimes they take the roots of certain plants and they chew them or boil them up to make medicine. They also use them for toothbrushes. This is really cool. The acacia tree that we talk about sometimes, they crush the end of it and spread it out, and then it has an antiseptic naturally. So it takes care of the bacteria in their mouths, just like you and I use a plastic toothbrush and toothpaste. And it's going to kick us off here for a minute, so I'm going to make a second one. But thank you for listening this far.